Hi guys, Chris here and you're watching Here We Are Running. Welcome back to another week of ultramarathon training. It's not long to go now really. The weeks are really sort of counting down towards the 22nd of May when we do the North Downs Way 50. We started the running week on Monday this week. We've put the last 3 weeks behind us and focusing on a good week of training. And today's run is a 16 kilometre or 10 mile run just to kick the week off with a nice amount of distance at the start of the week. Doing it early Monday morning before work. Gorgeous weather again. A little bit cold, but sun is shining and that's what we like. Not much time at lunchtime today, go for a very long run. So instead, to make sure it's a run worth running, I've come out, Gatton Park, getting a bit of elevation in there on the trails. I'll tell you one thing, the trails have sure dried up a lot, even from when I ran on the weekend. I'm using road shoes today, and of course you get a bit more cushioning from that, but no rock plate in them or anything, so I am feeling the stony gravelly ground through the shoes. So it'll just be 7 kilometres out here today, and I'm hoping to get a run in on Zwift later on this evening. So it will be a double run day. And I'll tell you what, this week so far is going much better than the last few weeks. I'm just feeling like I'm a bit back more in the rhythm of things. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, but at the moment so far so good. It's Wednesday, or midweek, or otherwise known as halfway to the weekend, and today I'm out for a lunchtime run. I don't know, this is probably going to be 10 or 11 kilometres. Always a good start to the day when you get a text first thing in the morning saying that Seamus is coming to deliver something to you.
Morning.
Morning.
Take a picture of it.
Thank you.
Have a good day, buddy.
Cheers. Okay, here we are. Let's open it. Ooh. Look at this for colour. Ooh, it's got a very new shoe feel. Now this, I am hoping, is going to be the shoe I wear on the day. Now you know me, I don't normally like to go out for an evening run, particularly on the trails, but when you get a new pair of trail shoes arrive, you've really got to go and try them out, haven't you? These are the Trailfly Ultra G 300 from Innovate. Quite a mouthful of a name there, but got it out to you. And these are newly released, and they are particularly designed, I think, to give you more comfort on longer distance trail runs, which is exactly what I'm looking for my 50 miler. Okay, so you're never really going to get a full first impression out of just a short 5k trail run that I've just done. Plus I did a couple of kilometers on the treadmill before I went out just to check I was going to be happy with the shoe. But it does feel comfortable at the moment. The real test is going to be when I take it out on Saturday, where I am still at this stage planning to run the 50k run again in these. Compare it to last week in the ASIC gel Trabucos, and yeah, so far so good is what I say. Oh, tomorrow, Friday, we won't be filming, but I am going to try and do some Strava art. It's part of a competition we got going at work, so I will put up on the screen now the artwork that I managed in tomorrow's run. Okay, welcome to the weekend, and it's a case of a bit of deja vu, to be honest, because we're back in Farnham, just set off along the North Downs way, and this week hopefully we'll make it all the way back to Reigate, and that is what I need. That is what I need to gain confidence in myself, in my levels of fitness and my endurance at this stage of the training block. And I'd really like to get back to Reigate feeling that I could run further. That's what's going to give me confidence for race day. So off we go, and hopefully I'll get back to Reigate feeling that I could have run further had I needed to. So don't plan to film too much of this route because you saw quite a bit of it in last week's video, but what I will do is check in every sort of 5 to 10 kilometers, let you know how I'm feeling, and yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, 10k in, everything going absolutely perfect at the moment. We've reached Putnam, which as I mentioned last week, this is where the first aid station will be on the route, and this first 10k has really been all about conserving energy. It would be so easy because it's not a really hilly section of the route. It would be so easy just to set off with fresh legs so quick and use more energy than you really should be. So my trick has been monitoring my heart rate, conserving that energy, whatever sort of slight inclines there are, just walking them, and yeah, conserve the energy, because I want to get to the halfway point in this run today feeling that I've still got fresh legs. We'll see if it happens, but that is the plan. On that first section, you'll be glad to know that I didn't take the teleporter option. Yeah, there's a door along that route which is a teleporter. It takes you all the way to Reigate just like that, but you'll be glad to know I didn't take that option. Okay, we made it to the top of St Martha's, and just taking a few minutes just to relax, enjoy the view here, fabulous view all around, before we continue. So that's the first big climb done at 21.1 kilometers, so half marathon distance into this 50k run. Not far from halfway now. Legs are feeling particularly good. I'm sure they're better than this time last week. I'm sure it's probably taken me longer to get here than this time last week, but we've been just taking things really easy, and I think it's paying dividends at the moment. Anyway, should catch up with you in a little while. Now, before I set off today, I did look at the weather forecast. It's completely going to be dry, sunny like this the whole way, but there is a bit of a wind today, much more than last week, and you might be able to hear that on the camera or may not. Now, it's not impacting me except when I'm out on these open stretches where you can really feel the headwind, and the wind direction is literally in my face for the entire 50k. But as I say, you're only really noticing it out in the open like this, and fortunately a lot of the trail isn't out in the open, it's in woods, so yeah, just something a little bit different than last week, but not causing any real concern at the moment. Okay, 25 kilometers in, that's the halfway distance, and we're now on that very long, fairly flat stretch between Newlands Corner and Dorking. So it's not the most interesting bit of the route, this at all. I've just got on a podcast to take my mind off the fact that much of this route now is a bit samey, and whilst it's relatively flat, I have noticed my heart rate increase up into zone 3 the last couple of kilometres. Just keep an eye on that. Don't want to overexert at this stage. We're only halfway of the intended run today, but so far so good. Okay, 20 miles in, and I am still feeling good. I'm really encouraged by this. Yeah, it's just it's going well at the moment. Okay, we've made it to Denby's. We didn't go wrong this time, we're on the right path, and just running on the top ridge above Denby's, and then we'll be over to Box Hill next. Right, 39 kilometers in, and we're climbing Box Hill. Just went across the stepping stones. Very busy here today, but now, yeah, first big climb up Box Hill here. Climbing the Box Hill steps when you've already run 39 kilometers is a bit different to doing it earlier in a run, but we made it to the top. Right, final climb, Collie Hill. You know I've been up here lots of times, but this is the hardest time I've climbed Collie Hill, and I think this is the worst, hardest climb that we're gonna have to face during the race. Just, you know, coming up with 450k, and it is a real killer, this one. £50 kilometers completed. Here we are, Reigate Hill car park, and about to call for my lift back home. I don't fancy the extra, I don't know, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers home. So I'm going to call for my lift. When I get back home, we're going to have a quick rundown. Cheers.
Right, let's break it down. Let's talk a little bit about how we got on there. And I've got to say, it was a confidence builder. It definitely was a confidence builder. My legs felt like they could go further. They definitely did. I wasn't getting any of that real achiness that you sometimes get over a longer distance of like that, especially when it's hilly. The shoes certainly got on really well with the shoes. Really pleased. They will definitely be the shoes that I wear on race day, and I'll do a separate video and review the shoes properly once I've got a little bit more runs into them. But overall, in terms of legs, how they felt and everything, yes, really happy. The one thing that did let me down slightly on that run was energy levels. Energy levels dropped towards the end. It all became much harder because of that on the last sort of section there. Now, I have done, I think, now the hardest part of the course. I believe that sort of from Newlands Corner through to Reigate Hill, that is the hardest part of the course. It includes actually a bit before that, probably the climb up to St Martha's. Climb up to St Martha's through to Reigate Hill is the hardest part of the course, and that's got a lot of big climbs in it, as well as some lumpy bits. It's the lumpy bits that do tend to wear you down as well, I find. I think after we get past Reigate Hill during the race, it's not going to be easy, but the sections there are not as bad as the sections we've just done. So it's important though not to use up all your energy to get to Reigate Hill. And if you think about it, I was self-supporting myself, so I had to carry as much water as I could, which was 1.5 litres of fluids. 1 litre of that was tailwind, and then I had 0.5 litre of water, just pure water. On the day itself, I'll be able to restock in terms of fluids. I won't have to carry all the food with me. I can go to the aid stations for that. So I think if I just give that some thought, I just need to fuel myself a little bit better and hydrate myself better during the actual run, because I used all of that fluid up. I paced it quite well in terms of how I was using it, but I certainly felt I could have had more, and I've drunk more since I got home as well. Okay, up on your screen now, guys, all of the runs that I've done this week. And as I say, a much better week of running than the last 3 weeks have been. Really happy with the volume, really happy with the elevation, and just the way that I've been feeling whilst I've been doing these runs. Also, one other bit of news to tell you about is that I'm going to be a guest on the Runners Roundup live stream that takes place on Friday evening UK time. It'll be over on Dan Run's channel with Dan Run's, Chris, that running guy, and Ben Notley. So do check out their channels, but particularly Dan Run's. Make sure you're subscribed there so that you get notified when that is taking place. Friday evening, we will be talking all things running, but particularly the ultra training that both Dan and I have been doing. Guys, that's it for now. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, as always, please do give it a like. And if you're new around here, well, why not consider subscribing for regular running content? But for now, guys, goodbye.